Hello friends, welcome back to Max Programming, and from this video we are going to start our CSS series, and this is the first part of our series. So let's get started. Now the very first thing about CSS is to know what is CSS. CSS is a boring word. I also think it's a boring word, but it's very powerful. The full form is Cascading Style Sheets. It's a language made to design websites or web apps, and only CSS is understood by browsers. Now, there is no other language which can be understood by browsers for designing. Okay, and we it's very easy to use, and anyone can learn it. So that's it for the information of CSS. And if you want to see an example, then we have the example. So without CSS, how a sign up form will look like, you can see in this example. And with CSS, the same form with CSS, how it will look like, and you can customize it. It's fully customizable. And now that's it. Let's get into the program now and get into the code, and let's see how can we use CSS. So what I have done here is I've created an h1 with the text hello world simply, uh, and when I right click and say open with live server, so it's gonna open up right here inside of this browser. Now what we want here is that, okay, server started. Now you can see hello world, and inside of the browser also you can see the text is available hello world. What we want is this text to be red colored. Now how can we actually do that? So what you can do is you can just go to this opening tag of h1, just add an attribute called style. Okay, and then now what you have to do is you have to just say color and then put a colon. Now I have put a space right here, so now you don't see any suggestions for the colors. So just say control space, and you're gonna get all of the colors which can be used anywhere. So we want red, so if I just say red red, you're gonna see this, and VS Code gives you this box so that you can identify which color it is, this one. And I also installed an extension called color highlight. If I show it to you, it's color highlight right here. It's the extension, and then you can just go to settings, and then uh, it's a long process. I'll show it to you later. So the color is red, and what is just the color is red. So let's save this, and let's go back to the browser. Now you can see the h1 has changed its color. It has changed its color. It has shown its color. So it was black earlier, which was default, and now it's red. So this kind of style, using a style attribute, it's called inline CSS. So let's add a comment. So I'm going to say inline CSS, and it's very messy. So you will not have only the color property. It's called property. So you will not have only the color property. You will have many other properties, um, like background color, or we'll see them later, but this is only one property that we are using right now inside of this style attribute. What if you want to style this h1 as, if you want to change the font size, you can change the font family if you want, and many other things you want to do inside of this h1. So for that stuff, what we want is, we don't want this inline css, because this will make our code very messy, and we will not identify what styles we have given to this h1 hello world. So we have another type of css. So if I just get rid of this, okay, and let's get rid of this comment also. What you have to do is you just go to the head tag right here. Okay, now inside of the head tag, I'm going to create a style tag. Okay, it's very simple. Style, you type style and then tab or enter, it will give you the style tag. Now inside of this style tag we can uh, type in all the css which we want of any element. So for example, I want css for this h1, so I can say h1. Now this h1 that I wrote here is a selector, and it should not be surrounded by these angular brackets. Okay, it's a selector, it's called a tag selector. So you're selecting this h1 from this document, from this body. So you're selecting h1 from this body, all of the h1s that are available. Now inside of this, now you have to type in h1 first of all, then you have to say curly braces, and now inside of the curly braces you can specify as much properties as you want. So let's say we want to change color. So if I say color color colon, and now it's gone. So let's say control space, and you're gonna get all the colors. So let's say dark red. Okay, and you have to end it with a semicolon, and let's save this. Now what this style tag will do is it will capture all of the h1s that are available inside of your document and will color them dark red. So let's view it, and you can see it's now dark red. If you cannot see it, I can just zoom in a little bit so you can see it's a dark red color. And similarly, we can do many other colors. So if I just remove this and hit control space, you can see all of the colors that are available. So if I want it something like, let's say dark blue, and let's save it, and let's view it inside of our browser. You can see it's dark blue right now. Hello world. Okay, so you can change the color as much as you want inside of this style tag. And similarly we can create more h1. So h1 again, sorry, h1, and then if I say hw2 hello world 2, and let's save it, and let's view it inside of our browser. So you can see hello world and then hw2. Now if I create an h2 tag, and then let's say this is h2 tag, and let's save it, and if you now view it in the browser, this will not be colored dark blue because this is h2, this is not an h1 tag. And if I replace the tag now by h1, so let's replace the tag h1 and let's save it, and you can see now it's colored as dark blue. So that's the difference. Let's maximize this. So that's the difference between inline css, and this one is called the inside of the style tag, so it's called embedded css. And then we also have another type of css which is called just in a different file. So that one is also very easy. It's the most preferred css because this style tag css makes our code lengthy, our html file lengthy. So inside of our html file we'll have a lot of css code inside of these style tags. So embedded css is also not recommended, but if you want you can use it. In the next video we are going to learn about the css in a different file. So that's it for this video guys. Hope you like it, hope you enjoy it, share it with others who want it, and hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and press the bell icon if you want to get the notifications. And finally, thanks for watching.